We're here live at the ISTE Conference in Denver, Colorado. I am here with Kris from the SMART team. Kris, how are you today? How are you finding ISTE?
Great. There's so much energy, and one of the things that I came here looking for more information on is UDL, accessibility, inclusion, and I'm finding that it is top of mind for everyone. I actually just got back from a loop upstairs in the poster sessions and had some great conversations with some great teachers who are really trying to lead the way in making sure that our classrooms are moving into a place where all of our digital resources are accessible to all learners.
You know, no matter what booth we go to, the word inclusion does come up often. What is SMART doing to support inclusion?
Yeah, so just a couple of stats for you there. So 1 in 5 students is neurodivergent. A lot of those students are not diagnosed, and they and their teachers may not be aware that they need supports that they aren't getting. SMART wants to change that. One of the biggest barriers in the classroom can sometimes be language. We talk and we write and we assess using language. And we have emerging language speakers, we have students who learn and think differently, and we really need to give them options for multimodal communication. So SMART, along with Lumio, are working to make sure that within all of our tools, students have multiple choices in how they express themselves and how they show what they know.
Where can teachers go to find out more information?
Yeah, smarttech.com.
And so what will they find when they get there? Is this something that a teacher signs up for, or is this more of a district idea?
So it depends on what you're looking at. If you're an individual teacher and you want to make a difference in your classroom, then I will actually send you to Lumio, which is loom.io. You can sign up as a teacher there for free. And that's going to allow you to take the experience your students are having on their devices, regardless of what they are, and add things like digital manipulatives, immersive reader, audio, multimedia, lots of ways for students to give you feedback, work individually or together from a device in a place where they're comfortable at a speed that works for them.
So speaking about inclusion, you had already mentioned that language is one of those components. What are some of the others?
So, processing speed, what I can see, right? So can I see what's on the board? What is the contrast? What is the font? How am I creating this presentation? Is there enough white space? So really, any way we consume information, and that could be sight, sound, touch, even smell. That probably comes into play less in the classroom. But how are students getting information, and is there a barrier there? And when I'm designing my instruction, can my students get to it in a different way? So really thinking broadly about students' needs and all of the potential barriers, and then designing your lesson around that.
Talk to us a little bit about the interactions that you're having these days with those teachers. What kind of feedback? What are you seeing here at the booth?
So in the booth, just aha moments when I show teachers that, hey, you know what? You can come up and I have a set of customizable stamps, and teachers can program them for their lesson. And now a student doesn't have to be able to move something on the screen or use a word or spell a word, but they can still come up and participate with their peers in a way that is kind of fun, but also meets them where they are.
I bet all of this translates into success in the classroom.
Engaged learners is what we need, and when students are engaged and they see that they can succeed and see a pathway to their future, then that's when we do see success in the classroom.
That's pretty awesome here. Tell us a little bit more about where we can go to find out more information.
Yep, so head to smarttech.com. There's a ton of information on accessibility there. You'll find the accessibility resources in the drop-down menu at the top of the page.
We're going to have all of the links on our blog post and over here on our show notes over at teachercast.net, broadcasting live from the SMART booth. My name is Jeff Bradbury. I'm here with Kris. Thank you guys so much for joining us on TeacherCast.
You've been listening to the TeacherCast Educational Network, hosted by Jeff Bradbury. Please reach out to the show with all of your questions on Twitter @TeacherCast or online at www.teachercast.net. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast so you don't miss any future episodes. And please take a moment to write a review in the App Store.